was actually a Hustler Nation proposal. And it is going to be dovetailed in our bottom-up economic program that will ensure that we build our economy, starting with a majority who are disadvantaged. We have also agreed on the restructuring of our tax system. And we expect our economic team to come up with proposals for interrogation by our executive teams so that we can work on administrative and legislative measures to achieve two fundamental objectives: accelerate effective, efficient, and taxpayer-friendly collection of taxes to at least double our revenue collection while eliminating tax waivers for politically correct enterprises. We are very clear that the same way between 2002 and 2012, we were able to increase our tax revenues fivefold. It is possible for us, working smart, in a friendly environment, we can double our taxes and ensure that we have the resources to retire our debt and to fund our development. The team will also provide a detailed framework on the current status of transport operations, including the SGR, and recommend measures that will reinstate economic activity in the port of Mombasa, Lamu, and auxiliary facilities for the purposes of economic revival of the coast region that has been hurt substantially by the interventions that were carried out without public participation of the people that are now affected by these operations. This team will also work on the National Land Compensation Fund to facilitate the acquisition of land from absentee landlords and other underutilized but available lands to facilitate the settlement of landless Kenyans in the coast and other parts of our country where the problem persists. And to facilitate and fast-track this process, parties that have recently joined the Kenya Kwanza Alliance have recommended the following people to work with our existing economic team, as I have said, led by Professor David Ndii. The Democratic Party have suggested the name of Justus Kariuki, who will join that team. The Service Party, under my brother Mwangi Kiunjuri, has suggested Judy Muhia to join that team. Maendeleo Chap Party have suggested Morris Mudhama to join that team. Tujibebe wa Kenya Party has suggested Ruth Muthoni Mwadhi to join that team. And Pamoja African Alliance have suggested Edward Mwashinga to join the team. And Chama cha Kazi have suggested Dr. Joyce Nyamwea to join our economic team. I am very proud that these men and women will bring a lot of value to our already existing economic team as we centralize the place of the economy in our approach to this election and to the transformation of our nation. We also spent many hours discussing how we are going to win this election in round one. We have agreed on the coordination of the Kenya campaign activities around the country, And we've also agreed on modalities of how our candidate will engage in campaign for our candidates without necessarily being bogged down with unhealthy competition. As Kenya Kwanza, we are a coalition of Democrats, we are a coalition of the willing, and we are a coalition of the free. All parties will be allowed to field their candidates. We will, however, as Kenya Kwanza, empower our candidates in every ward, in every constituency, and in every county with scientific information on the performance of each and every candidate. And we will also provide a framework to encourage local agreements amongst the different parties in different electoral areas to negotiate and agree on the best approach to our alliance winning a majority of seats in every level. We will also provide a template on how our candidates will coordinate in every county and in every constituency. And towards this end, we have agreed on the following to provide leadership of our teams in the various regions. Governor Salim Vuria, Governor Amason Kingi, former Governor Issa Timami, and Mama Lydia Haika to take charge of our coast region activities and provide leadership as they involve all the candidates and all the players from all the parties in making sure that our campaign activities are seamless, they are focused, and they are fruitful. We have also agreed that Senator Johnston Muthama, Governor Alfred Mutua, Penina Malonza, Adelina Mwau, and Jonathan Mweke will take charge of our southeastern region activities, again to consolidate our position and to provide overall leadership and ensure that our candidates work with synergy. We've also agreed that our Speaker, Justin Muturi, Mithika Linturi, Beatrice Nkatha, will also involve other leaders in the Mount Kenya East region in providing the necessary leadership in that region. Honorable Alice Wahome, Governor Waiguru, Mwangi Kiunjuri, the party leader of TSP, Governor William Kabogo, Kimani Ichung'wah, and Governor Mutahi Kahiga, together with Patrick Mariro and Faith Ketau, will provide the overall leadership as they work with all the candidates and all our parties in the Central Kenya region. And in Rift Valley, our activities will be coordinated by Susan Kihika, Charles Keter, our former CS, Governor Josephat Nanok, Governor Moses Lenonkulal, Peris Tobiko, and Governor Tunai, together with Senator Murkomen and Margaret Wanjala and Immaculate Shamala, will do the same in our Rift Valley region. In Nyanza, we will have Governor Obado, Okoth Obado, Charles Nyachai, Eliud Owalo, Silvanus Osoro, and Vincent Kemosi to provide leadership in that region. And in Western region, Speaker Kenneth Lusaka, Beatrice Adagala, Benjamin Washali, Ababu Namwamba, and Emmanuel Osore will also provide overall political leadership, working with all the political parties in the Kenya Kwanza fraternity in Western Kenya region. And in Northeastern, Honorable Aden Duale and Ahmed Kolosh, amongst other leaders from Mandera, will also participate in providing overall leadership in that region. And finally, In the Upper Eastern region, Colonel Rasso, Dido Ali, Hassan Tene, and Mama Wario will provide leadership in that region. Again, this is overall leadership, but all political parties, all candidates will form part of the campaign structure as we go towards this election. And finally, we had a candid, extensive, robust discussion on the subject of my running mate, who will be the running mate of the Kenya Kwanza coalition. You are aware that this process is underway, and there is a requirement by the IEBC that names of running mates be submitted by Monday. Many highly qualified Kenyans were considered in this engagement, and after lengthy, exhaustive consultations and deliberations, and having reflected on the task ahead for the Kenya Kwanza family, that engagement was not only a UDA engagement, it was also a Kenya Kwanza engagement. That is why all the political leaders from our coalition are here. I want to thank the many Kenyans, the good leaders who've shown us goodwill. They've given us advice. They've sent us messages. They've sent us WhatsApp messages. They have called us on phone. Many, I know, have prayed about this matter. And many leaders here have made their input. I want to single out the great men and women who were considered in the exercise that has gone on around the running mate issue. And I want to single out very knowledgeable, astute Samson Ndindi Nyoro, who is right here, who the people of Kenya have a lot of liking for, because he is forthright, he is intelligent, and he is passionate about the leadership of our country. I want to tell my young brother Ndindi Nyoro, you have a future ahead of you, and we will work with you. I also want to thank my dear sister, Alice Muthoni Wahome, who was a formidable candidate. Thank you very much, my dear. And who made it to the shortlist, just like Ndindi Nyoro. I want to say that Alice Wahome is a self-made woman. She has built her stature. She is a two-term member of parliament. She has a track record in the NGO fraternity. And I want to say that she is among the formidable women leaders we have in Kenya Kwanza. Again, she made it to the shortlist. Congratulations, madam. The future is wide open. I also want to single out my good brother, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Bidan Muturi, who many Kenyans pushed his candidature to the table because of his experience, his stature, and the fact that he has ably guided our National Assembly for now 10 years. And he brings a lot of valuable support, experience, and insights into our team. Again, my brother Justin Muturi, asante sana. Let me also appreciate my sister, the one and only, Mombi Waiguru, Anna, who missed it by a whisker, I must say. And she came with exceptional credentials as a woman leader, with a track record and with experience in the economic sphere. The current governor of Kirinyaga, who also made it to the shortlist. Again, Governor Anne Waiguru, I want to tell you from where I sit, the future belongs to you. It's wide open. Of course, I won't, before I come to our candidate, I want to very sincerely thank my lawyer, my friend, Professor Abraham Githure Kindiki, who came very far and became the runner-up in this contest. Again, a forthright Kenyan, a Kenyan of great standing, a lawyer par excellence, our former Deputy Speaker of the Senate, and the man who defeated that fellow called Ocampo, the current senator of Tharaka Nithi County, who is not here with us now, but who brought a lot of experience, a lot of passion, and a lot of commitment to this contest. And finally, in the end, the consensus pointed out to an individual who scored excellent points on every evaluative parameter. An astute debater with prodigious persuasive ability, a fantastic grassroots mobilizer, a disciplined and tireless political operative, a successful elected politician and business person, a principled politician of tremendous resilience and resolve, a fearless fighter for the right cause, and an indefatigable champion of the betrayed, persecuted, downtrodden, the despised, and the ignored. A living example of a true hustler who rose from the hardships of the aftermath of our freedom struggle to the pinnacle of professional, business, and political success. We are nominating a running mate, and I have every intention on my first day in office to sign an executive order in accordance with Article 21E of the Kenyan Constitution. Article 21E of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition Agreement that will provide this Kenyan an expanded role, together with what the Constitution gives the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And having myself occupied that office for the last close to 10 years, I believe that that office can serve the people of Kenya better. We can get more output from the office of the Deputy President if it is not cannibalized or vandalized. And I have every intention on my first day in office to sign an executive order that will give clear responsibilities to the Deputy President. The Deputy President, under the Kenya Kwanza arrangement, will chair cabinet committees. The Deputy President will oversee the implementation of cabinet decisions. The Deputy President will coordinate intergovernmental relations between the national government and the county government, a function I currently undertake. But I will formalize it in the executive order. Coordinate the learning, our Deputy President will coordinate the learning and supervising, not the planning, sorry, and the supervision of the implementation of development projects funded by development partners and programs under that arrangement. The Deputy President under the Kenya Kwanza Alliance will coordinate constitutional commissions and independent officers in matters that require that intervention of national government, including but not limited to budget and policy frameworks for their operation. And the Deputy President under the Kenya Kwanza Alliance will also perform real duties that will be assigned to him by the President. I say this because it is important that every constitutional office must work for the people of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, that good Kenyan, my friend, whom I have worked with, especially on the economic model that now has famously been referred to the bottom-up economic model. And we started that journey together. He understands people issues. He is passionate about ordinary people. My friend, I present to you the Kenya Kwanza running mate candidate, my brother and friend, Rigathi Gachagua. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And straight up, as I present my brother Rigathi Gachagua, I have agreed with him that him and me will work together with the Kenya Kwanza leadership, represented here by the party leaders and other officials, that we will work intentionally to mentor the younger leaders in our formation. and that we will deliberately provide room for those who are young in our formation to grow as leaders. And my deputy and I have agreed that when our time comes to leave, we will leave and we will mentor other people to make sure we have proper transition. Because we believe that part of the success of any leadership is to mentor the younger ones into better leaders as we go into the future. We undertake that we will do that for the people, the leaders in our Kenya Kwanza formation, alongside the other leaders who are here with us. We have also agreed with the Kenya Kwanza leaders seated here that we are committed to ensuring that the issue of gender, which has dogged our country since we started the implementation of the new constitution, that we will take the bull by the horns and ensure that within 1 year of our administration, the issue of gender will be sorted out. And the leadership at all levels will respect the constitutional required threshold. And in our administration, I have agreed with all the leaders here that we will start on day one with our administration, that of the 21 ministers that we will appoint, 10 will be women. And we will ensure that all other appointive positions will respect the 2/3 gender rule as we work on ensuring that even the elective, we have the mechanism to ensure that we mainstream leadership of women, youth, and people living with disability as part of our agenda of not just inclusive economic growth, but also inclusive governance. We believe that there is a wealth of experience and knowledge that can be brought on board by inclusion of all sectors of our society. I want to leave that matter there and request my good friend, the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, to make karibu and congratulations. Pongezi. Pongezi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. Today, I'll read a statement. In fact, I have a small speech to our presidential candidate and indeed the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto. I say it before you and country. I'm honored by the responsibility and faith you have bestowed on me, you have bestowed upon me to be running with for the most defining election in Kenya's history. It is a responsibility I take pride in, knowing too well the elevation and esteem that my nomination occasions, but most importantly, one that also humbles me, that you put your trust in me, together with my colleagues, to deliver Kenyans from economic oppression. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, party leaders present, governors, members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the greatest days of my life. And with humility, I'd like to thank Almighty God for the gift of life, good health, and the favor He has shown me. Many of us in this alliance know that without God, we would not be where we are today. We have seen challenges turn into opportunities before us, hurdles we did not think we could surmount at the time have disappeared behind us, and I do not take it for granted. God has been gracious, and we give Him all the glory. I know there are many in our alliance who are qualified for this position, and any one of them would have been up to the task. Your Excellency, our Deputy President, the trust and confidence you have shown in me is a privilege, and I'll do my very best to live up to those expectations. Thank you, Your Excellency. I will not let you down. I will not let the Hustler Nation down. I will not let the people of Kenya down. In this journey, one needs a mentor like the one you have been to us. One needs colleagues and friends like the ones with me here today and elsewhere. And most importantly, one needs family that provides a pillar that equipped us with the right tools. Indeed, from the grass-thatched house, I stand here today with more than 30 years of public experience. I have been to and worked in every part of Kenya and understand the challenges that face our people in this beautiful country. More importantly, I am confident that a determined government working with all its citizens can overcome and override the obstacles that hold Kenya back. Today, many Kenyans wake up early and sleep late, but they rarely benefit from the work of their hands or the sweat of their brow. The tools to bridge that gap are lacking. This is the plight of the Hustler Nation. Today, the ambitions of many Kenyans are frustrated and cut short owing to the criminalization of enterprise. We must free the work environment and enterprises, big or small, from harassment, seizure of goods, and prohibitive fees. I cannot wait to work with you, Your Excellency, on the guaranteed minimum return for our farmers. Tea, milk, coffee, miraa, rice, maize, cotton, cashew nuts, among other horticultural produces. Others must now become the chicken that lay the golden eggs. Your Excellency, under your leadership, I believe we can take this country to the next level. Your story has been an inspiration to hustlers and all of us all over Kenya, and I'm no exception. With the team you have assembled, I believe we have what it takes to realize the dreams of the Hustler Nation, and it will be a great honor for me to play my part. And that I will. God bless Kenya.
Congratulations, my friend. Okay, Susanna. Thank you very much, Rigathi Gachagua. Let me now begin your first assignment as my running mate, because you will be a very busy person. Your vast assignment, my good friend, that we have agreed with the leaders here is that you and my good brother Moses Kuria, who is an economist by excellence, this good man, will now offer the political leadership to our economic team. I am looking forward to you and the economic team delivering on the agenda the robust agenda that we have assigned to the economic team. I am looking forward to you providing, because you have walked with me on this journey. You know what we need to do. You have the understanding and the knowledge on what we need to do about access to credit for ordinary citizens. You know what we need to do about universal health coverage. We expect you and the economic team now to provide for us a context of how in 45 days we will have all the economic charters for all the counties, and those counties that we have not finalized, that we will have a program so that we can conclude on our economic charters. So, my good friend Rigathi Gachagua, the team here of party leaders and I expect you to hit the ground running so that Kenya Kwanza can be ready to govern day one when we get into office. So again, by the grace of God, we know that together we will journey as a team and by God's grace get to the destination that we all want. Let me now ask the other leaders who are here to make some statements. I will start with our brother, elder brother, Musalia Mudavadi, to make some comments. Please, my brother.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto, and our presidential candidate for the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. At the very outset, let me take this opportunity to congratulate Rigathi Gachagua, who will now deputize William Samoei Ruto in our quest to take over the leadership of this country on the 9th of August, 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed a momentous day, and indeed yesterday millions of Kenyans were held on tenterhooks. Their nerves were racking, but now we have reached that point where collectively we own a decision, we own a process, and we shall now rally behind the Kenya Kwanza presidential candidate and the entire alliance with Rigathi Gachagua as the running mate. That there's an African proverb, and I'm sure some of you have it in your various dialects, which says that one must be very careful so that the pot of water does not break at the doorstep. We have come a long way as a people. William Samoei Ruto and his team have come a long way. Many Kenyans in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance have come a long way. And what is being unveiled here is a culmination of a process of consultations of deliberations. We intend to move ahead. We intend to win. In any case, we have no other option. We have to win. We have to stand for the people of Kenya. And as Rigathi has said, and as the Deputy President has said, there are very serious candidates. He has named them here. At a personal level, I want to also acknowledge them for having participated in this process, for having been put forward. And at the end of the day, we are one team. We shall win. Because what is bigger is that the people of Kenya must be freed from the economic hardships. The cost of living is painful. Only last night, the cost of fuel went up again by 5 shillings and 50 cents a litre. The spiral effect, the multiplier effect of this is extremely painful to a lot of Kenyans. We must deal with the public debt. We must deal with corruption. We are seeing very clearly that some of our international partners, the IMF, the Global Fund, are raising concerns, legitimate concerns, that resources that were allocated to this country to ensure that our people are healthy have been misappropriated, and audits that were promised to be done and culprits be brought to book are still walking large as if nothing has happened. So clearly, as Kenyans, we have a critical task ahead of us. We must pull together. We want the IEBC to do its job, and we want Kenyans to also do their job. This is not a moment to say that we are leaving it purely to the leadership. We are in it together as a people, and our opportunity to turn things around, to change things for the better, is on the 9th of August, 2022, with William Samoei Ruto carrying our flag, and we shall all rally behind. God bless Kenya, God bless Kenya Kwanza, and God bless all those individual voters throughout this republic who know what they must do and who will do what they must do. God bless you.
Thank you very much, my brother Musalia Mudavadi. Let me now ask our speaker, who was also in this race, Justin Bidan Muturi.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, and all leaders here present, members of Parliament, and fellow Kenyans. Today, it's obviously, as has been said by the Honorable Gachagua, a momentous day at which we have seen the successful conclusion of an extremely robust and intense consultation that I believe leaves no bitter grapes in anybody's mouths. Everyone satisfied that they had a chance. I want to confirm that as one of those fronted by both my party and other Kenyans, I am satisfied with the results of that process and congratulate my brother Rigathi Gachagua with whom I share some history. He served as a personal assistant to the current president when we, together with the deputy president, when we were doing some other things, but ended in the opposition. But my happiness today is about the democratic nature of the process that has gone into this result. The many hours that many leaders have spent, the messages of encouragement that have come from across the breadth and width of our country have all borne fruit. And I really must thank all those that have participated. And now that that part is over, we must, as we've been told by the Deputy President and our presidential candidate, the Honorable William Ruto, that it's now time for us to roll our sleeves in our various parts and go and ensure that the message of this alliance, the economic revival message, the message of hope that is embodied by this alliance, becomes the clarion call of every Kenyan in every corner of the country. I therefore wish to say that, Your Excellency, we will work with you and the Honorable Gachagua and all these other leaders. It is not in vain that we spent those hours. And that going forward, those of us now, the Honorable Duale is here, knows that we have very few days and we must now go to the villages, come every hamlet to ensure victory come August 9th, 2022. Thank you very much. God bless Kenya.
Thank you very much. Let me now request the party leader of Ford Kenya, our good brother, Senator Moses Wetangula, to make some remarks.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Deputy President, and now our merited candidate for the leadership of our country. Let me start by congratulating my good friend and brother, Rigathi Gachagua, for being given the role of running mate and now being our presumptive Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya come 9th August this year. In doing so, I want to urge fellow Kenyans, as people of faith, as people of hope, that now we begin the illustrious journey on our last lap to start the reconstruction of our country's economy, the restoration of our people's aspirations and hope, and above all, the restoration of Kenya's position as a team leader in this region. Among the many things that our government of Kenya Kwanza will pay attention to is the role of Kenya as a beacon of hope and peace, and the giant of the East African region, the Horn of Africa, and the Great Lakes region. We are a country that has been punching below our weight in this regard, and I want to urge our leader, our incoming president, and all of us here assembled and Kenyans of goodwill, that our future economic growth will, among other things, depend on how we engage our regional trading partners of Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, Somalia, DR Congo, Ethiopia, and that many of us who have a historical traction in this regard will put in our role to make sure that it turns into a benefit to our economy. This country has many challenges, but all these challenges will be met by men and women of greater vigor, determination, and focus to ensure that our country and people of our country who have been toiling and moiling in the heat and the cold of our various weather patterns in the country will finally take the benefits of their sweat. From the cane farmer in the west and the coast, the coffee farmer in many parts of the country, the tea farmer, the rice farmer, every farmer in this country is hurting because of the cost of inputs, the inferiority of seeds, and above all, the minimal, if anything, to talk about returns from their sweat. When the president in waiting talks of GMR, guaranteed minimum returns, it automatically puts a smile on the face of every farmer who will now be going into the activities literally in what they call in other jurisdictions contractual farming. And we know it is farming that employs the bulk of our workforce in this country. I want to urge that all of us, from the young hustlers on the streets of every market and town in Kenya to those in high offices, the clarion call is one, that the pain and suffering Kenyans are going through is not limited to those who are paining. It must touch the hearts of even those who are not in the line of the pain. Because our country, with our huge and ever-growing population, listed by the UNDP as a country with one of the best well-educated human resources, can be able to do a lot better than we do, and this will come from a focused, determined, pro-people administration that will not be focused on grandiose programs and projects, but will be focused on how to lift the ordinary person, the mama mboga in the villages, who every day wakes up with a nightmare on whether their children will have food on the table, whether their children will be in school, and whether the little possessions they have will fall in the hands of the hammer of the auctioneer because of petty borrowing. We are going to put everything in place to make every Kenyan's life worth their while, and we urge all Kenyans that there is no alternative to Kenya Kwanza. Our worthwhile competitors are focused on grandiose of consumption. We are focused on production before consumption. And that is how to grow a country. And growing the country we will. We pray that from Vanga to Kibish, from Lamu to to Malaba. Every Kenyan on the tip of Mount Kenya and Mount Elgon thinks positively and sees William Samoei Ruto and regard Gachagua and all of us here assembled as the safest pair of hands to carry our country forward. We have tried the alternative, and we can only sum it up in the words of one writer who called it the lunatic unthinkable. We now must focus on the possibilities of the Kenya people being what they must be. May God bless Kenya. May God bless our captain and his deputy. And may all of us constantly know that we must ask ourselves what we are putting in and not what we are taking out of this journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Moses Wetangula, famously known as Papa Waroma. Let me ask our sister Anne Mombe Waiguru, who was also a formidable contestant, to make her remarks. Karibu, Anne. Will be followed by my good brother Alfie Mutua, and then my elder brother William Kabogo.
Thank you, Your Excellency. First of all, I'd like to start by thanking the Almighty God for bringing us thus far. It was a very hectic couple of days, and in those days, I'm sure everybody knows it wasn't easy. We thank very much our party leader for his patience, his endurance in leading us in this process. I want to thank the people of Kenya and our coalition for giving me the opportunity to be considered. I consider it a very great honor. As you have heard, I missed it by a whisker. And I am very confident in the choice that we have made. I want to start by passing my personal congratulatory message to our running mate, Rigathi Gachagua. I want to let you know that you have my over 150% support. I will stand with you. I will support you, and together with the party leader and the Kenya Kwanza coalition, work on mobilizing not just Mount Kenya but the rest of the country to make sure that we bring the presidency home. That is the most important thing. We also have to thank this team for having given us certain considerations. I will not speak for long because I know the sun is hot. One of the key considerations that we have gotten, despite not getting the woman as a running mate, we have secured 50% of cabinet to be women. And that is a big, big plus. And we thank you, Your Excellency, for that consideration. We have also secured very many things. There have been very many agreements that have been discussed here. The GMR is key. But I also want to mention about the economic model that we have, bottom up, the increase of resources to the counties to ensure that development is spurred from the bottom, and also the allocation of the 1 man, 1 shilling. And we thank you, Your Excellency, and the team, Kenya Kwanza. We want you to know that you have our support. We will stand with this team completely. We will campaign like our lives depend on it, and we will make sure that you end up as the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. Asanteni sana.
The party leader of Maendeleo, Chap Chap, and he has told us this morning it is Maendeleo, Chap Chap na wanawake. So it's also maendeleo ya wanawake the same.
And that is why I'm so happy about the inclusion of women in government, because our mothers hold this country together. Our women are the most hardworking people in this country, and they do very well. I've been very outspoken about the right and positions given to our loved ones, our mothers and our sisters and our daughters. Mimi yangu nitaichapa chap. Your Excellency, our party leader, and the next incoming President of the Republic of Kenya, our future Deputy President, Rigathi, and I want to recognize also the spouses, Madam Ruto, Her Excellency, Madam Gachagua, and congratulations. I first saw or heard Gachagua at the funeral of my fellow governor, his brother. And I asked the person sitting to me, who is that man? He was a master of ceremony. Because I found him to be very articulate and very, very smart and very, very sharp. So we're getting somebody here who I actually noticed even before I knew who you are. So congratulations. My points are 5. 1, I'm very happy to be in Kenya Kwanza. Now I can breathe. I can breathe. Here there's a spirit of democracy, a spirit of consultation. Last night I enjoyed the marathon of 17 hours because it was down my alley, discussing development, discussing how to change Kenya for Kenyans, not just for a few. Number 2, Kenya has for a long time been a country of a few billionaires and millions who are poor. Umaskini umekuwa ni kama wimbo. We want to be able to change our country. Our youth do not need, handout. Our youth need hands up. They need to be given opportunities to thrive. Hawataki pesa ya bure, wanataka kufanya kazi. Opportunities to thrive. And so I'm very, very happy about being in this team. And quickly, number 3. Leadership is about development. It's about how we are going to transform people. And I'm so happy that my views, the views of my party Maendeleo Chap have been incorporated in Kenya Kwanza. Because here we work together. Kule kwingine tulikuwa tunasoma habari kwa magazeti, tunajua what is happening. Here we are being involved. And I want to tell my people, and especially the young of this country, we are looking at industrialization. We want to have factories everywhere so that our youth can get jobs. We want to be able to give you opportunities. We want to be able to, our women who have become donkeys carrying water on their backs in our country, want to transform our country, have taps. The tap that should be farthest from a house in this country should not be more than 200 meters. So we want to push that water in the household, change our lives. Our roads, I know people of Ukambani are looking at me thinking, what are you talking about? We're talking about Emali Ukia Road, the roads in Didini, Mwala Kangundo roads, connecting South Kitui with places like Malindi. Some of those things that need to be done so that we can be able to improve the economy. And he forgot to tell you that even though we're getting 10%, our 10 ministers will be women, but in that arrangement, we'll have young people in government. We want young people in government. Haitakuwa nyumba ya wazee, itakuwa nyumba ya vijana na wazee. The wisdom of the older people and the energy of the youth, and continuing. And we want more money in the pocket. And lastly, let us work together as leaders. Me, I want to work with everybody here, and let us hold hands together. Our target is one, defeating the other team and getting to State House and running this country properly. After all these 60 years, it's time Kenyans enjoy freedom na enjoy kupata uhuru. Number 5, lastly, mavijana, mazeni tukaeni rada. Maisha na haso yako itakuwa vichapchap na Ruto. Tusare stories za kuzimia, tujipange na Kenya Kwanza na Man Ruto. Thank you and God bless you.
Tumemwambia Alfi Mbogi iko chonjo kabisa. So, 2 things. Let me there is something I missed in my statement. Sorry, I think in the process of I missed out the name of Governor Haemba from Trans Nzoia, who will be part of the leadership in the Rift Valley region, and both Rift Valley and Western, and also our friend Onesimus Kimani Ngujiri, who is our chairman. Chairman of many things and many groups. Ndio mzee chairman wa Amani, chairman wa PG, chairman wa many things. And that he will also provide overall leadership in the Rift Valley alongside the other leaders that I announced. Maybe let me, just before I ask my brother William, namesake, to make his statement. My good friend Alfred Mutua has said something, but let me also, the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi and the Honorable Moses Wetangula have a function, one in Eldoret and another one in Bungoma. So they have asked to leave, and I think our two brothers, I think we can allow you to leave so that you can catch up with the other functions on the other end as we conclude this exercise. Tuwapige makofi. Asante sana. But let me also let me say something about what Alfred Mutua has said. Alfred Mutua has said there is a world of a difference between Kenya Kwanza and the other side, which is true.
Mwiroreri wa Inoro TV nuwona maria makoro magithie na mbere thiini wa mohoro maitu ma Inoro meraho na nindiramenya maria makoro magithie na mbere urametereire o hakuhe kiumia kigima na we wi hauri ni urendaga kumenya no muno munini wa President William Ruto egukorwo akiamura ta munini wake kihitahitano-ini kia o president kiria kirathi na mbere ya githurano kia mweri wa kanana. Munini wa President William Ruto ni amura mubunge wa Mathira Rigathi Gachagua ta gutuika munini wake kihitahitano-ini kia o president, na amwira ari na mwihoko nake wa kurutithania wira nake wa gutongoria bururi mari hamwe angikorwo ni makayukia giturwa giki kia o president githurano-ini kia mweri wa kanana. Ne horo wakoro ugikenererwo ni atongoria aige aria megwikinyetie mwena wa Karen kuria ripoti ino yarekererio imwe kwa imwe kuma ni munini wa president na hamwe na aria makoro makiariria munini wa President William Ruto o ndomwe na uria amurata munini wake hiki hitahitano-ini giki Rigathi Gachagua. Nitwakorwo tukigwa kuma kuri mutongoria wa ANC Musalia Mudavadi uria uraugali na mwihoko munene muno na Rigathi Gachagua amurito gukorwo agitwika munini wa president, munini wa William Ruto kihitahitano-ini giki kia o president ni munini wa president akiamura munini wake kihitahitano-ini giki, na ninge akiuga kiria tumete akene muno ethiini wa ngwataniro eno ya Kenya Kwanza ni gukorwo kuri na mitaratara irarirwo ya gutigirira ati bururi wa Kenya ni weruha thiini wa wonjoria, ni weruha thiini wa mirutire ya wira, ni weruha thiini wa economy ya bururi ni ya batira, na Kenya Mukenya ndarahinyiririka hindi iria aragura indo kana hindi iria arenderio indo cia mahuthiro ma o muthenya toria maundu mahana kwa ihinda riri. Nitwakorwo ninge tukigwa kuri kuma kuri speaker wa bunge ya bururi Justin Muturi uria wauga kwamura Rigathi Gachagua gukorwo akirugamira giturwa kia munini wa president kihitahitano-ini giki ni utonga munene makiria thiini wa gitaro kia Mount Kenya, na akauga ari na mwihoko munene ati Rigathi Gachagua na umenyo uria ari naguo thiini wa uteti na utongoria ni gukorwo akinyitira giturwa giki na ni gukorwo agikira timu ino hinya thiini wa kihitahitano gia gwetha o president githurano-ini kia mweri wa kanana. No twakorwo tukigwa kuma mutongoria wa Ford Kenya nake uria wauga na mwihoko ati bururi wa Kenya ni ugucenjia atongoria othe mararia o ruge mwe o mwari omwe mutongoria araria mwari omwe wa kuga ati mari na mwihoko na timu ino. Twakorwo tukigwa kuri governor wa county ya Kirinyaga Anne Waiguru uria wauga nake aratigitio hanini uguo tu nigetha akorwo ritwa ria kigweto gukorwo ari munini wa muhuraniri wa giturwa giki kia o president William Ruto, no akiuga ni akenerera guthurwo kwa Rigathi Gachagua thiini wa giturwa giki na oho eranira wirutiri wake hari kunyitirira na guteithiriria thiini wa kambini ici gutigirira ati giturwa giki ni giacoka na mucii akiuga ni giacoka na mucii ni kuga ati ni giacoka thiini wa ngwataniro ya Kenya Kwanza iria ari thiini wayo. Alfred Mutua governor wa Machakos na noe mutongoria wake makia maendeleo chap onake ni akorwo akiaria uria nake urariria nginya andu ethi na rugeria mangihota gukorwo bakinyitana ihenya na gakimera makorwo magithura guthura kana makorwo makiamura guthura William Ruto ta president wa bururi wa Kenya wa gatano. Nimegukorwo magithurira utonga na nimegukorwo magiteithiririo kwaga tu kuriaga no gukorwo makirutira wira kuona besha na makaria to cia kuoya na gwikira kanwa ni cia kuoya gwikira muhuko na gwikira kanwa. Iyo ni miario ya governor wa Machakos. Ningi no akorwo akigweta uhoro wigie mishemanio iria Kenya Kwanza ikoretwo igika na gakiuga ati anakorwo agithie mishemanio ya kiuteti thiini wa ngwataniro ingiria anakorwo akiingira thiini wacio no ni akenetio ni ngwataniro ino ni undu wa gukorwo mishemanio yothe iria irekwo mahinda-ini mothe ni ya gutindikiriria atongoria othe gutigirira ati ni magia na mufango wa kugia na Kenya njega ya muthenya wa rucio. Akauga ati mishemanio iria makoretwo magitabania ni mishemanio ya kumatwara ihenya gutigirira ati o mutongoria werutire gutwara na thabari imwe na ngwataniro ino ya Kenya Kwanza ena mutaratara wa mwagiriru na wina wigiriki wa gutigirira ati bururi wa Kenya ni wacenjia na watuika bururi mwegega gukira uria uri muthenya wa umuthi. Iyo ni mierio yake agikirikiriria akiuga ni wega andu othe manyitane moko nigetha gutigirira ati ni matwara kura mwena uria marerigirira na ni wa guthura president wa gatano wa bururi wa Kenya uria marerigirira ni William Ruto mutongoria wa ngwataniro ino. Rigathi Gachagua ni akorwo akiheo kanya onake gakwaria onokorwo ndanoya ndagika nyingi ni acokia ngatho ni undu wa gukorwo akiamurwo kana agithurwo tawe munini wa president giturwa-ini giki kia hitaitano-ini giki ya giturwa kia o president na kiuga ni egutigirira ni anyitirira president uria marehoka niwe ugakorwo agithurwo gutigirira ati ni acenjia bururi wa Kenya muno makiria maundu-ini megie urimi maundu megie wonjoria na makiria thiini wa agenda iria ngwataniro ino ikoretwo igitindika ya gutindikiriria mundu uria uri thi muno akorwo akiambatirio nigetha akiambatira ambatire no tonga wa bururi no akorwo akigweta horo wigie urimi tondu aingi a Kenya ni marimaga no ti urimi umwe ni marimaga maundu-ini matiganite kana urimi utiganite kuri marimaga ng'ombe kuri marimaga mira ni kuri marimaga kahua na mashani urimi uria wekirirwo muno ni kuri na andu marimaga mucere na korwo akiuga thiini wa thirikari iyo magikayukia wathani ni megukorwo magitigirira ati gutire murimi uracaya ni undu wa kiria aikagia muhuko thutha wa guthithinira wira wake muno na akiuga ni marire mitaratara muno makiria ya gutigirira ati arimi othe ni mathuthurio na ni matangikirwo na njira iria yagirire niguo gutigirira ati ni marakenerera wira uria mararuta na thinu iria maraita. No akorwo akigweta ati atongoria aria angi maragwetetwo thiini wa ciama itiganite iria cithondekete Kenya Kwanza ona oti ateti agiriru ni akorwo akigweta ati ni megukorwo makirutithania wira na ona njira imwe kana iria ingi niguo gutigirira ati Kenya ni bururi umwe munene mwega no gikorwo ukiiganirithia andu othe. Mwena-ini wake mutongoria wa kiama William Ruto ni akorwo akigathiriria ario ciama iria ciothe irarutite maritwa ma andu aria mareshiriria magithurwo giturwa-ini giki kia munini wa president kihitaitano-ini giki kia o president na oho akorwo agitugiria acio maragwetetwo na gakimera makiri na mufango wa gutigira ni marutithania wira nao na ningi mari na mweneni munene muno mena rucio runene thiini wa uteti muno makiria ungiona maritwa mao manengeranitwo ni ciama iria mari thiini wacio uguo ni kuga ciama icio cire na mwihoko munene muno na maritwa macio. No akorwo ningi akigweta ati no akorwo ningi agicokeria ngatho andu aria othe maratongoria campaign cia kiama kia UDA kana Kenya Kwanza guothe bururi-ini na amera mathie na mbere na gutindikiriria agenda ya Kenya Kwanza mwena wa matura-ini. Oho no akorwo akigweta ati Gitura giki kia munini wa president ndaikarire riu miaka irorete o 10 akira Rigathi Gachagua ati gitura giki kire na maundu maingi muno magwikira a Kenya na uguo akioya mweke uyu akorwa akimenya ni wira muingi muno erigirirwo gukorwa akirutira a Kenya na ni wira ugutuma akorwo agithie hindi ciothe akorwo wira-ini hindi ciothe tondu ni gitura gikoragwo kire na wira muingi muno makiria. Acio no amwe atongoria aria makorwo makigweta munini wa president ni agweta maundu maingi muno na no akorwo akiuga Kenya Kwanza ni ratigirira ati kuria guothe kuri na andu marugamite rungu rwa ngwataniro eno maundu mao mothe ni maruro gutigirira ati githurano gikiuga gikinye ni gugukorwo kuri na thayo ni gugukorwo kuri na urumwe na ningi githurano ni gigakorwo kiri na uma makehoka ni gakorwo kiri na uma na waragania ni gugutigirira kiama giki gitinagia na thina ono riku na Kenya Kwanza ni atigwo na ngumo njega ona thutha wa githurano. Kaunti-ini ya Nyeri kuria Rigathi Gachagua aumite andu no gukungwira marakungwira gukorwo ati munini wa president kihitahitano-ini giki kia president ngwataniro-ini ya Kenya Kwanza auma thiini wa kaunti yao. Martin Munene ni mwandiki witu thiini wa kaunti ya Nyeri tunyitanire nake nigetha tutaririe kwanirirwo ndagika nini tu hetuku ndagika ta 30 uguo kana 40. Martin Munene angikorwo ni uratwamukira hi ni maundu mariku marathie na mbere mwena ucio wa Nyeri andu marauga ati anturona no marakungwira mena tia wakuga
newega muno na ni ndirakwamukira na njira igwete na nyambe nguonie mbica uria ihuana thiini wa county ino. Andu aya urona haha ni andu aria meyumiria thutha wa gutuika ati mundu uria megukorwo magithie irebeinĩ manyitanite na munini wa president thaici deputy president William Ruto agietha giturwa gia president tigo gitiga mubunge wa guku kundu gugwitwo Mathira guku na ndia tukorwo tukiaraniria na ikari ganona oririkane guku Karati na guku Mathira nikuo ira maraugaga angikorwo ti Rigathi ona Ruto matikwenda ndia tukorwo tukiaraniria tuigwo ria marauga twajia nawe kwenda onjira witagwo atia na onjira bene ndirakuonire ira ukiuga no tongoretie ukiuga ata mutongoria wa andu ethi angikorwo ti Rigathi mutigokorwo mukinyita kana mukiukia William Ruto ta president ni akigwetwo umuthe murauga atia.
Reke njuge wa mbere muthe tuli akenu muno taikaria Mathira njida ukarithi wa boy na ni chairman wa youth thiini wa Nyeri County na mutongoria wa mbeu njithi kiama-ini kia UDA nyambe njokerie Ngai ngatho ajokerie ngatho His Excellency the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto na ithuire ketuge guko Mathira na Nyeri na Mount Kenya yothe ni ati tukenete muno makiria na tugacokeria Ngai ngatho tukamwira ati ithuire ni turamenya twina mundu gwitwo Rigathi wa Gachagua ni tuko tugitindika campaign ro kwagiriire ririkana Rigathi wa Gachagua niwe kaina na mobilize na no ukioya ati ni mundu kire na muhuko wake na tugutindika maundu maya muthenya wa ira uria kurahanikaga ni uteti na hindi ciothe kwina uteti ni competition ni gukoragwo na maundu macio ithu ni gutindika turatindikaga no menyo uteti ni kugatha na gutindika na aria maratindikagira kura Karen ithu turare guko ground tondu tuwikura ni cia Wanjiku na no tuge at the end of the day ithu ni tutwikite ndo wakuhotana no tukori aria turatindikanagira gite na kio giki nao tunyitanire tuhota ku make sure ati the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto ni ashida na njirere nene ririkana Mount Kenya ni turario horo wigie low voter turnout ro ithuwe kuma na muthenya wa mothe ta mbeũ njithi tuko tugithikura mashinani tugitindika campaign door to door to make sure ati andu ni maumira na tukaumiria andu na njira nene nigetha Deputy President atuke the next President of the Republic of Kenya na of course mubunge witu Rigathi wa Gachagua are the Deputy President His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. Thank you so much.
Agwenda twaria nawe mheshimiwa aunjire umuthe guko ni konyu turi kana ira ndira kuheira kundu gutari gwaku na ndurari mukenu muno ira no umuthe ndirona uthio ni ukengete ndirona ni uratheka ringi ni kikira ukeni umuthe.
Thank you muno Martin Munene umuthe turi akenu muno turi ikari Amathira ni DMC wa konyu njitagwo Eric Mwangi wa Mumbi na twina ngatho mbere kwi Ngai ni undu wa gutuhe muthamaki thiini wa itura riri His Excellency Rigathi wa Gachagua niwe mundu uria wa keri munene muno thiini wa thirikari after the late President Mwai Kibaki na ni twacokia ngamutho muno gwi Deputy President witu ira ni turaugite ati ni tugo support Deputy President unconditionally kana tutekumuhe itumi mathaa makiroko no tha icio ingi ni we mundu ni hatiagwo ni pressure na turajia kuigua ni tukanta kuratha kuo mithako na nikio turaugire ona ithu tukinyie mateta maitu na ni twacokeria Deputy President witu ngatho President witu la tugucagura William Ruto ni undu wa gutucagurira Rigathi wa Gachagua atuike Deputy President wa keri wa bururi uyu Rigathi wa Gachagua nĩ mũruti wa wĩra ndendagĩrio guoya nĩ mũthirikari nĩ mũndũ ũĩ wĩra wake nĩ mũndũ ũnyitanagĩra na andũ na nĩ tũĩ nĩ egũtũrorera maũndũ maitũ ma gĩtarũ kĩa Mount Kenya thĩinĩ wa thirikari ya William Ruto.
Nwega tũgĩthiĩ haha nĩ ndĩrona mũndũ ũgwĩtwo wa Matinga ngwenda ũtũre wĩtagwo atĩa niĩ ningĩ kũĩ no eroria inoro mahota gũkorwo matakũĩ nĩ njũĩ ũkoragwo wĩ ũmwe wa andũ arĩa makoragwo marĩ hakuhĩ mũno na mũndũ ũgwĩtwo Mheshimiwa Rigathĩ wa Gachagua rĩngĩ we ũraigua atĩa ira nĩ mũrarehete kangahia kidogo rĩngĩ ũmũthĩ ndũmĩrĩri yanyu kana mĩario yanyu ĩhuana atĩa?
Thengi mũno hamarĩtwo njĩtagwo Injinia Wahome wa Matinga nĩ ũrĩa ndĩrahũrana gĩtĩ gĩa seneta thĩinĩ wa kaunti wa Nyĩrĩ na kĩama kĩa UDA ona nĩ niĩ ũmwe wa arĩa marakoretwo manyitĩrĩire kĩama gĩkĩ mũndũ ũrathondeka kĩama gĩkĩ kĩa UDA njuge mũthenya wa ũmũthĩ nĩ mũthenya wa gĩkeno mũno tondũ ũndũ wa mbere nĩ tuona atĩ William Samoei Ruto ũrĩa nĩwe deputy president tũgũthura arĩ president tuona atĩ nĩ atũhe gĩtĩo kĩnene mũno atũhe gĩtĩo mũno atũhe Rigathĩ wa Gachagua arĩ running mate niĩ nĩ ndutĩte wĩra na Rigathĩ wa Gachagua ta chairman wa CDF mĩaka 5 na nĩ njũĩ Rigathĩ wa Gachagua nĩ mũbangi ũrĩ njorua mobilize ũrĩ gatũ mũndũ ũigagĩrĩra mũrigo wake gũteithia andũ a mũingĩ na tũkamĩgĩa na kĩhako na mwĩhoko mũnene mũno atĩ rĩrĩa Rigathĩ wa Gachagua arĩ running mate wa Ruto maũndũ maitũ matikahĩngĩrĩcana nĩ tũkũririkana hĩndĩ ya mũgathe Uhuru wa Kenyatta rĩrĩa Matiang'i okĩte akahũra center akahũra Kibiki akahũra Probox nĩ Rigathĩ wa Gachagua warũgamire akiuga gĩkĩmũkania rĩrĩa mũndũ gwĩtwo Tobiko
ndikwenda ũgwete marĩtwa ma andũ tondũ matikĩrĩ haha mecokerie ngwenda ũnjĩre wetu ngoro yaku ũrĩa ĩraigua
tũkaigua tũrĩ andũ akenu mũno mũno mũthenya wa ũmũthĩ nĩ gũtuĩka gĩkĩ nĩ gĩtĩo kĩnene nyende kuga atĩ ona gĩtĩo gĩkĩ nakĩo nĩ gĩoka na wĩra mũritũ mũno tũkũruta tondũ no nginya tũ make sure atĩ kĩama gĩkĩ gitũ nĩ kĩagĩa na over 97% turnout gũkũ tondũ nĩtwetĩkĩtie nĩ bottom up tũkona andũ arĩa maikarĩire itugĩ icio cia Rigathĩ wa Gachagua na mũndũ ũgwĩtwo Ruto nĩ mahacora nĩ andũ maumĩte mĩciĩ mĩtarĩ na hinya na tũgetĩkia mathĩna maitũ nĩ makũmakinyia kũrĩa.
Nĩ wega twaria na raia kidogo ngwenda na ndũkarie mũno mũthuri ũnjĩre ũtekũgweta marĩtwa ma mũndũ ũtarĩ haha tiga rĩngĩ Rigathĩ ngwenda ũnjĩre wĩtagwo atĩa na ũnjĩre atĩrĩrĩ we ũraigua atĩa?
Njĩtagwo Kamĩri wa Kĩamabara kana Kamĩri wa St Mary ndarĩ mũhũranĩri wa gĩturwa kĩa MCA Konyũ na gũkũ nĩ ndumo nene tũrakena mũno nĩ ũndũ wa deputy president gũtũcagũrĩra deputy kuma Mathĩra acio nĩ andũ erĩ aruti a wĩra koguo gĩkeno gĩkĩ gĩothe orona nĩ andũ a Mathĩra yothe gwitũ Konyũ gwitũ Kĩamabara andũ magĩkena mũno 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 koguo twacokia ngatho mũno mũno nĩ ũndũ wa deputy president gũtũcagũrĩra njamba ya wĩra
ndĩenda tũkorwo tũkĩaranĩria na mũthuri wĩ haha nĩguo kũnyitĩra kameme ũnjĩre atĩa?
Tũkenete mũno Rigathĩ wa Gachagua tũrutĩire gũkũmagĩra maũndũ manene nĩ ũndũ wega Ngai
ruta ngũbia nega thengio na ndĩrona ngahĩ nĩ waraiha mũno mũndũ no ngwenda ũnjĩre wĩtagwo atĩa na ũnjĩre atĩrĩrĩ ngoro yaku ĩraigua atĩa kaida tũkĩrĩkĩrĩria kwa njĩra nguhĩ mũno?
andũ a Nyĩrĩ manjĩtaga Bentham Konyabungwa he kĩndũ kĩmwe nguga ũrĩa gwekĩka ũmũthĩ Rigathĩ wa Gachagua rĩ bata mũno
Thauti mwena ũcio wa Nyĩrĩ nĩ ĩrarehe thĩna no nĩ aikari a Nyĩrĩ magĩtarĩria ũrĩa maigua thutha wa mũnini wa president William Ruto gũkorwo akĩanĩrĩra Rigathĩ Gachagua umĩte kaunti-inĩ ya Nyĩrĩ ta munini wake kĩhĩtahĩtano-inĩ gĩa kũhũranĩra gĩturwa kĩa president gĩthurano-inĩ twerekeire mweri-inĩ wa kanana na to kaunti ya Nyĩrĩ rakũngũĩra ũndũ ũyũ nginya kaunti-inĩ ya Kiambu kaunti-inĩ iria ingĩ andũ no maragĩthiĩ na mbere na kũruta mawoni matiganĩte megemainie na rĩanĩrĩra rĩa munini wa president mĩaraho ya ũmũthĩ mwena wa Kiambu reke tũhiũke kuo nĩgetha tũigue nakuo aikari mena atĩa wa kuga igũrũ rĩgiĩ rĩanĩrĩra rĩa munini wa president mĩaraho ya ũmũthĩ.
Ngatho ũranyamũkĩra ĩmwe kwa ĩmwe kuma gũkũ nĩ Rwaka gĩcigo-inĩ kĩa ũmbunge gĩa Kiambaa kũrĩa tũrenda kwarĩrĩria na mũingĩ kũrũmĩrĩra ũrĩa deputy president William Ruto akorwo akĩanĩrĩra mũthenya wa ũmũthĩ thutha wa ira aikari na arũmĩrĩria kĩama kĩa UDA oro ũndũ ũmwe na ngwatanĩro ya Kenya Kwanza gũtinda metereire nginya hĩndĩ ĩrĩa gũkwanĩrĩrwo nũ ũgũkorwo agĩteithĩrĩria deputy president William Ruto angĩkorwo nĩ akahotana gũkorwo arĩ president aiyũkie gĩtĩ kĩa mũnini wa president na koguo ngoka hihi ngakũria hihi matua ma deputy president mũthenya wa mũthĩ wa maiyũkia atĩa?
Okay.
Amutura maretwa ni mutura kuma Kiamba. Ndirari Kiamba constituency thini wa Kiambu County. Na ndi haha giuga ni twakenio muno ni itua riu ria tuone Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, itua riu ria kuoya Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua aliwe munini wake kana running mate wake. Oguo niguo andu aingi muno maretereire kuma guku Mount Kenya, na ni twaigua wendi witu ithue turi andu a Mount Kenya na ituri andu a Central Region ati ni twanengerwo mundu ria wagirire to ni twi mundu ucio administrator ni twi background iyo yake ni kumuteithia muno muno gukorwo agika maundu maria twikorwo tukienda.
Hi tura expect thirikari hana atia ya William Ruto na Rigathi wa Gachagua?
Tureciria ino thirikari ya William Ruto na mundu gwitwo Rigathi Gachagua ni kurehe dynamism, ni kurehe mundu na experience ya administration, ni kurehe mundu na experience ya urutu wa wira ugwitwo mundu gwitwo William Ruto, na ni tureciria riu uria maigaga bottom up ni gukona economic empowerment na andu aitu ni mekota gwikira bia mihuko tondu andu a eri maturite mahunjitie uhoro ucio wa gwikira bia mihuko. Kwa twe confident muno na utongoria wa andu acio eri. Wa mbere ni ati passion ya Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua aturite aigite utongo wa bururi uyu uria kuitwo muno muno ni Mount Kenya, ni ati utongo ucio ni wagire gutuika enhanced, na ni kuga ati kumanagia na ndaika ino ni tureterera ati uria gutura kwiragwo economic empowerment ati ithue ni tukuhota kuona riu guarantee minimum guarantee return kwe macani maitu gwe kahwa gaitu kwe maundu maria mangi mothe mekuo makurehe maguthoreka uchumi. Kugo twe confident muno na uhoro ucio ngi ni ati thini wa Mount Kenya region kana aria mweko wothe ari mundu umwe uria ungehota kwaria na mugiko wothe presented wathie Mombatha, wathie Laikipia, wathie Kajiado, woka Central Region yothe mundu ucio ni Rigathi Gachagua. Kuo tureciria itua riu ria kumuoya running mate wake iyo ni ku make sure ati kura ciothe cia Mount Kenya region ni ciguitirwo gikaboini kia UDA na kwi mutongoria uria uko wa bururi wa gatano Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Thini wote tikirweta loyalty gi fata muno, mundu ria ukua nawe utetine wi fata muno nake. Uteti, you move from known to the unknown. Koguo murata utetine ni kindu gi fata muno. Ni tuonete muteti ucio gwetwo Rigathi Gachagua akirugama na William Samoei Ruto na njira ria yagiriire ginya we mwenye akoe mathina-ini maingi muno. Ni tuonete ginya agithumburwo muno ni thirikari system ikigeria kumuruta kwe William Ruto ginya akahingirwo account ciake ginya akanyitagwo. No kiu tikio gitumi kiria kinene muno giatuma William Samoei Ruto oe Rigathi Gachagua emunini wake amuoya ni undu wa potential iria ikoragwo na Rigathi. Mundu ni mundu we administration ine muno mundu we na experience muno
ndi Kiambu na ni tukenete muno nugo eka tukenete muno tondu ni eka hundu mwega.
Ni urona hita mekuyukia hotani manyitana mariri
hotani ni magukia pio na twina ni makuhota. Yes. Yes.
Oguo niguo gukihana guku ni Kiamba na twi thiini wa gicigo kia Rwaka kaunti-ini ya Kiambu kuria muingi ukenereire itua ria William Ruto gukorwo agicagura Rigathi wa Gachagua gukorwo akioya giti kia munini wa president angikorwo ni mekuyukia uhotani wona githurano kinene gieko, na koguo makauga ni itua riega, ni itua riariririe na ni itua rigutuma hihi Kiama kana ngwataniro ya Kenya Kwanza gukorwo ikiyukia uhotani wona githurano kinene gieko handu-ini ha Inooro TV kuma Rwaka guku ni gicigo-ini kia ubunge gia Kiamba kaunti-ini ya Kiambu. Njitagwo Charles Gikunga wa Kariuki.
Thengio muno Charles Gikunga wa Kariuki ni undu wa gutumenyithia maria marathie na mbere na ona makiria ukamenyithia no urathie na mbere na kurimutha ku kaunti-ini ya Kiambu nigetha utumenyithie acio angi mena atia wa kuga iguru rigie itua ria Kenya Kwanza hwaini wa umuthi. Mwiroreri wa Inooro TV maya na mangi no meguthie na mbere na gukinyira thiini wa mohoro maitu mangi makiria ukumamukira thiini wa mohoro maitu ma Inooro hwaini na ukunyitanira na Muriuki wa Mucoki. Kwa ihinda rireke nie njikire gaturumo haha tucemanie muthenya wa rucio Ngai atukinyaniria nie njitagwo Winrose Wangui.